Hi, I'm Mrs. Burns. I'm the principal of the Child Family Center, and here we are in one of the classrooms of the Child Family Center. This is your back to school night. It does look a little different. First of all, some of you bring your children, and I don't get to see any children here tonight at all. The second thing is, you're not even in the same building with me, so it makes it very hard. We will do something when we all get back so that we can get together as soon as this virus limitations are off. But for right now, I'd like to welcome you to the Child Family Center. Your children's teachers are working so hard right now. They are doing an amazing job, and they are working far harder than if they were in here with the children. And the problem is, they don't get any of the perks. They're not getting the hugs. They're not getting the smiles every day. They see them on the Google Meets twice a day, which please try to make sure you get to those at 9 and 11. And if absolutely you can't make that, they are recorded and you can get them at another time. But they're not getting all the fun part of the job, and they're doing twice as much work. So please share your concerns with them, share your appreciation to them, because they really are working very hard. When we do come back on October 13th, as you know, you have the option. Some will be coming back here for 2 days. Orange people are Monday and Tuesday. Blue people are Thursday and Friday. Wednesday is virtual for everybody. Others are waiting until January, we hope, when we can come back. When you come back, there will be another video showing you exactly when your child gets off the bus or you drop them off, what's going to happen. I don't want to take the time up now because I have all the virtual people listening to me also. But there will only be half the class. It will be safe. We have all kinds of safety precautions from the CDC, from the health department in place, ready to go. But again, I'll talk more about that. I just want to talk a little bit about what your children are learning at the Child Family Center. There used to be a saying about everything I learned in kindergarten. Well, that has been revised, and now it's everything I needed to know I learned in preschool. And that's really the truth. This is where all of the vital learning takes place. It's not the higher level learning of calculus and algebra and the ramifications of World War II, but this is where the real learning takes place. When you think about what do you need as an adult, you need to get along with other people. We can do anything if we have the social skills in this world that we need. And that's our primary focus here. We teach social skills. And that's going to be hard because we know children treat parents differently than they treat their teachers. But they're giving you suggestions. We have first next cards, we have weight, we have visuals. They'll share all of those with you to make your life a little easier. And we certainly know they're not going to share as well with their siblings as they do with their friends here, because that just doesn't happen. I had 2 children, I know that that's not how it works. However, I know when you come in and you talk to your teacher and some of the things they tell you, say, that's really my child. Yeah, it is. They do act very differently here than they do at home. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they have trouble talking with us. So we work on that. We work on speech, we work on communication skills, and that's our primary focus. Now, we do a lot of other things too. This is the classroom that your child will be in. Maybe not this exact classroom, but one just like this. The sand table might be a different spot, the water table a different spot, but it will be just like this. All of our classrooms have bathrooms. All of our children eat in the classroom. They always have. They've always eaten in the classroom. You can see it's a very big classroom. According to the regulations, we can have up to, according to COVID regulations of 6 feet apart, we can have up to 12 people. We're not. We're not going to have ever more than 8 children at the absolute most, but right now our figures show about 4 or 5 children when your child first comes back. So let's pretend, here comes the part I like, let's pretend that you're a preschool child, and I'm going to show you just some of the things that your child might be doing when they come to school. So first of all, they're going to come in and they're going to wash their hands, because we always wash our hands. They're going to wash them, they're going to dry them, they're going to throw the paper towel away, and then they're ready to play. Okay, we limit how many children can be in each area. So I'm going to play on the water table. So here I go. I don't have a smock right here, but usually they have a smock to put on in case they don't want to get wet. Some children are funny about their shirt getting wet. If they come home in different clothes, it may not be they had an accident. It might be just that they were wet and we had to take it off. Okay, so I have real water, not pretend, real water, and I can make, look, they're spinning. And that's an unknown phenomenon for our children. They don't know what makes them spin and makes them stop, but they investigate and they explore and they find out. Look, I can make water come out in really funny ways. Whoops, didn't work, let me pour it. See, that's how they find out, they explore. Look, it comes out like it's raining. So they explore all this. And they have other things in here too. I'm just trying to get through this quickly. We have a sand table. They wash their hands when they're done. We'll pretend I washed mine privately. Okay, we have a sand table. Again, all kinds of measuring. How many of these does it take to fill this? Here's a boat. Do I want the boat in the sand? No, the boat should be in the water. How many of these does it take to fill this? Uh-oh. How many of these? This is a little bit bigger. Do you think it'll take more or less? What happens when I put sand in here? It stays in there. What happens when I put sand in here? Uh-oh, look. It comes out, but it comes out in a funny way. Almost looks like it's raining sand. So they explore. Again, only 2 at a time. They can stand at each end. They're far enough apart. They'll have their masks on. My mask is on the table. I normally wear it, but not for this. Okay, so now we have an art area. I can get paints. They would dry out. I don't have them open here. We're trying to work on big muscles, big muscles. Sometimes, some of our teachers put paper under the table and they lay under the table and they paint this way, just so that they can stretch those muscles. That's what we're working on, muscle control. So they can paint a lovely picture. Let me tell you, your refrigerator will never look better, because when they bring these pictures home, make sure you hang them up on the refrigerator so they can see them and see how proud you are of their work. I know it'll be filled and you have to change it daily, but it's still a really cool thing to see their work. Okay, we have other things. We can do other things in art. We have chalk. We have pom-poms. We have, oh, they love the do-a-dots. They just dab and it makes a very nice picture. And other things here, Play-Doh, all kinds of things in the art area. Then we have a library area. And our teachers post their books. Here we can sit comfortably. They can sit in the couch, relax. And some of them will do this. And we teach them, no, no, no. Even though some of us do in our house, we don't put our feet on tables. But it's all a learning experience. The teacher can sit, they can read a book, or what's even better, they get a stuffed animal and they read the book to the stuffed animal. It's not the words in the story, they're making it up. It's far better. They're far better authors than some of these people in the books. So let them read you a story, and it doesn't have to be the same. Or when you read a story to them, stop the story and say, what do you think happened next? And let them end the story. Let them be the author. Let them make the picture. Let them be the illustrator. We use those big words with our kids, illustrator and author. Okay, so we're going to leave the library area. This is our morning meeting area. This is where the children all sit on their square. They sing, they dance. The teacher has a whole morning. This is the schedule. And then they do solution cards. And these are the things that are part of morning meeting. How we breathe. Small groups. They go to small groups sometime during the day. And that's when, even though there'll be a small group to begin with, they'll be even smaller. And that's when they do individualized work. And then the songs that the children get to pick and sing each day. This isn't only used then. It's also used if they want to do a big floor puzzle. They use it for all kinds of imaginary things that they might want to do. From here, we have our science area. Can you believe it? 3- and 4-year-olds are actually doing science and hypothesizing. Look at this. And what happens when I turn it? Oh my goodness. What makes it do that? And they guess. And they guess. This could be a study on pasta. And then sometimes they'll see what happens when they wet the pasta. What happens if they build with the pasta? They'll measure with the pasta. How many little pieces of pasta? What happens to pasta? This is really a great thing for kids. They see a kernel of corn, and all of a sudden, it's this big thing, and they can eat it. It's a popcorn, but they don't know know how it happens, so they guess, they hypothesize. So this is the science area. There are other things in here too, magnifying glasses, goggles, we want to be a scientist. Sometimes it becomes an archaeological dig for dinosaur unit. We have all kinds of things that happen in here. Then the block area. Now I know we think boys like the block area, and a lot of them do, but girls do too. Girls like the block area too. And they come, we have all kinds of blocks that are shaped like this. They turn some into a fence. And in the winter time, they cover some of these with white paper and they become snow. And they use blocks like this, cover it, and they make a snow fort. Imagine that, right here in the classroom. They make a snow fort. They have trucks and everything, a road, all kinds of building takes place here. Again, just a couple at a time. It's a big enough area. Then we come to dramatic play. And this is one of my personal favorites, not because I'm real good in the kitchen, because I'm really not, but because so much creativity takes place here. So much. They have dolls, they have clothing, they can become a policeman, they can become a doctor, they can become Snow White. And my favorite is when I see a little boy wear this, because they do, and that's okay. It's okay. They just dress up, they have a good time, they parade around, they pretend they're a ballerina, they do it all. I'm just gonna put them, they also learn to put them back the right way, which I'm not taking the time to do that. They take care of their babies, they do the laundry. We have pretend laundry stuff here. They do the wash, they wash the dishes, they iron. It's a lost art, but you can iron. And then another area is manipulatives and small games. And here's where more creativity takes place. They can make a pattern. There, I got it. Trial and error. If it doesn't work the first time, you try something else. But I can make a pattern, white, blue. Wait, what comes next? No. How about a blue one? Or they might just decide to throw a yellow one in there and say it's a sunny day and there's the sun. So they have all kinds of manipulatives, and they learn when they're done with this, they put it back in. There's a little sign here, there's a sign here, they match up and they put it away. They may not do that in their bedroom, but we do encourage them to do it here. Okay, there are more. This is by far probably the favorite of all the children, magnet tiles. Magnets are so interesting to kids. They don't understand what makes them stick. We have magnets, they can go around and see what they stick to and what they don't. They make all kinds of cool things with these magnets. And again, when they're done, they put it back. Okay. We're going to go now and see a playground and a gross motor room. Okay, this is one of our gross motor rooms. We have 4. There'll be just one class in here at a time for right now. And they love these bikes. And they have to learn that they sit on them, they pedal. I'm a little too tall, but they can push the pedals. And we have cones around here to keep them safe. They know if they want to take a turn, they'll let the teacher know. The teacher brings a timer. Kids learn how to wait for the timer, and then it's their turn. So they can play with these. They also have exercise equipment. It's on. That's interesting. We have exercise equipment in some of them. We have rockers, balance, which I have none, so I'm not going to demonstrate. They can balance on this. Big blocks for the big muscles. And we have little trampolines that they can get on, hold on to be safe if they need it, and jump. Or for the more advanced ones, they can jump without the bar. Okay, next to a playground. And here we are on the blue playground. We have 4 playgrounds. We have some bike areas, and the children, again, it'll be just one class right for a while out here at a time. And as you can see, I found the ball, but we have the best custodians, so by the time your child gets here, this ball will be pumped up around and they can bounce, and they can throw it in here and wait for it to come out, because it'll go in and it'll come out. And that's something else that they predict. Which one will it come out? Where will it come out? There's a alligator that they can walk on. I have no balance, as I said. You can walk on the alligator. A rock wall to climb. A car to go for a ride. And we have a slide right here on the other side. A train. I love to sit on the train with them. They tell me where they're going. So as I said, we have 4. We have sandboxes. We have 4 playgrounds for the children and some bike areas. So this is what the life at the Child Family Center looks like. You can see it's fun, it's play. If your child comes home and says, I played all day, then we were successful, because they think they're playing, but we get a lot of learning out of all of that play and a lot of teaching. Your teachers are trained on how, in each of those areas I showed you, to make your child learn. I also want to just let you know that we do have a food bank here. Right now it's the 3rd Wednesday of every month. You don't have to show any ID or anything. You just come, you can come in the driveway, we put the food in your car, and away you go. Thank you again for attending. I think next comes the video of all of our staff. Please stay tuned to watch that. And then you'll sign on with the Google Meet code that your teacher gave you to have a private little session with her. Thanks, and have a magical day.